I think for sure the laser is the best boat to start because it's so easy to rig, and it's very easy to sail. You can capsize, but you learn really to sail, to capsize, to keep back. It's really, I think for me it's the best boat to learn to sail.
The laser is the one and only boat in the world which is a real and strict one design class. There are no changes and there is no possibility to fool around with very expensive equipment. So even a student or a young guy can afford to sail a laser. Well, and the laser is a good boat for having fun, just going sailing, or on the other side, for extreme racing. And all this for a very reasonable price with an extremely good built sporting machine.
The laser cost, if you work it out per month, very small, because once you've bought the boat, which is about £1,400, then, and you buy a next one, it's probably cost you £200, £300 to replace it, which if you work that out over a monthly basis is a very small amount of money. You don't need to buy a new sail each year, whereas if you're windsurfing you have to buy new sails, new boards. If you don't turn up with 3 boards, then people think you're a wally. Whereas the laser, you've got to turn up, and if you don't win, people think you're a wally, and that's the difference.
A week's hard sailing has ended with the Australians triumphant in both the women's and men's events. The prize giving takes place on the beach, with prizes presented by Mr. Lionel Dowdell, the marketing director of Timex Europe. Jeff Martin of the International Laser Association, the race organizer, announces the Australian Grand Slam.
World Women's Championship, Jackie Ellis from Australia.
We're going to need you to stand sideways on and give us a nice smile.
Good smile. What a week for you, eh? Great. Well done. The winner of the Timex Laser World Championship 1988 in Falmouth is Glenn Burke of Australia.
On the cheek or on the yeah, anywhere you like.
When you win a World Championships in lasers, you know that you've done well, because there's so many good guys sailing lasers that to win a world is something really good.
It carries with you to other classes. It's world renowned because the laser is such a popular class and so hard raced that people from other classes realise that your level is very high. So it gives you credibility when you go and sail other classes. It's quite an advantage.
Read some of the famous names off that cup and tell us what they're doing now.
Well, I guess we've got a lot of Olympians. We've certainly got John Bertrand here, who is one of the foremost names. He's won it twice, and he's sailing with Dennis Conner in the America's Cup at the moment. Lassie Hortnaers, who's an Olympian, possible gold medalist this time. Terry Nielsen, another America's Cup sailor. Lawrence Crispin, a very good Finn sailor. And our own Stuart Wallace from Australia. Well, he's gone on to coaching, but there's a lot of fantastic names here, and it's great to be included amongst them.
What's your next step up?
Well, I'd like to be steering a boat in the America's Cup. That's what I'll be pushing for. If not steering, maybe working as a tactician for Peter Gilmore in our syndicate. I'll go back home and do a fair bit of work when we get a bit of direction after this America's Cup's finished.
Well, I wasn't really expecting to win this, so I was going to go on until I won a laser world championship, but now that they're talking about getting the radial as a single-handed in the Olympics, I'd like to have a go at that.
As ever, the championship ends as it began, with a party. A chance for competitors to reflect on the event and to look forward to the next.
I enjoy very much, but too heavy wind for me in Japanese.
It was windy, it was good though.
Yeah?
But there was some lightning races. So they made a bit of a better championship, sorted out who was quick in light winds as well.
Yeah.
So apart from that, I thought it was good though.
Was it hard work?
The last couple of days was tiring in those winds, but big bit enough, I suppose it's not that tiring.
I think it's been a hell of a week, and I think it's been a knockout for Timex, for Laser, and all the competitors. It's been very successful. Tremendous.
For Jackie Ellis and Glenn Burke, success. For the others, there's always next year.